Hello, with this video I want to show you how you can create an own update for a season, for example, or a skin pack for an existing mod. And yes, because you did say you use the Warsaw Astra 2020, I did do it too here to demonstrate how you can do it. Uh, yes, I have extracted the car upgrade mass already, and I will use the 11 underline PMR car to demonstrate it, but the scheme is always the same for all cars. So I mark all of them. You can see all these files have the prefix or yes 11 underline PMR. So these are all vehicle file related files that we need to have. I copy them and create a new subfolder here. I call it uh, modified. Or I paste all files into it. And what I always do in such cases when I make a modification for existing cars is to rename the files here to avoid any naming conflicts where two files have the same name but different content. So I copy this 11 underline PMR, what all files have in common, and rename them. For that I use this little program. It's called loopers rename. Okay, and I yes replace the 11 underline PMR with yes I use from your username in the forum MZK. You can see in the forecast window here all files will be renamed with MZK, and as I rename, yes. Okay, now you can see all files are renamed to MZK. Now you have to open the uh, vehicle file and change this default library entry 2 to MZK DDS because it has to have the proper name that the correct skin gets loaded. And as you can see here, I did add a red dot to the door already, that we can identify the car in the game later. Okay, now we have done this. Yes, we have renamed the default library, but I forgot to add to change something else, and you did post these entries that you want to use already. So I will use these, copy these, paste them into the vehicle file and change that again. MZK. Okay, and yeah, you did change the classes already, the description, the driver name. What I would suggest is this here, because that is how the car appears in the vehicle selection menu. And if you want to create a full grid for the VLN 2025, for example, I would suggest to use this as the main category. So I would put it here, separated with a comma, and as the second entry, it's the type of car. In this case, it's the Vauxhall Astra. In that way, you can list all different kind of cars under the main menu entry VLN 2025. It's just a suggestion. I will do it in that way now. You can change it however you want later. Okay. It's also yes. This is I don't know if this is changed already, but it's sometimes problematic for third-party tools that you can get the results uh, when you have the Vauxhall. You can try it out how it appears later. In the past, I mean to remember it is better to use this as the first entry. Also, when you select the car in the menu, this gets loaded as opponent's filter automatically, so that you automatically have always the whole um, yes, all vehicles that also use this filter, because if you add the BMW, you will not set Vauxhall as class for it, you will set BMW, but if you set this as the first class, it will be also selected as opponent in the menu. Okay, I leave it as it is now. Okay, default library is correct. Then we save the file. And now we create the mass file from the modified folder. For that, yes, you know the procedure. Use the mass tool, add files, modified, mark all, and open them. Okay, and now because we update to the basic version to 1.60, we need some more additional files. This is as said, the extracted car upgrade mass, and yes, all these files with the numbers are the vehicle file related files, but common files are the brand logo, the track configs ini, and the Vauxhall Astra BTCC upgrades ini. So I copy these three too and paste them into the modified folder and add them here too. Should have done that before. Okay, the brand logo, track configs ini, and Astra BTCC upgrades ini. Okay, now we have 15 files here, 15 files here, everything is okay. Now we package the mass file and call it VLN 2025, for example. Nehmen wir Skinpack or season. Mass. Save. Okay. Yeah, we have the mass file. Now we create as a component file. To do that, we click on this box here, create the package file, and create single CMP, single component package. And yes, the first drop down, you have to select the component, and because I didn't make an update for that car already, I use add new component. Now it wants to get a name, or I want to have a name. Normally you can use the name of the folder here, the Vauxhall _Astra _2020. I always use or get the name from the MFT file. Here name, it's the same as the folder name, but I always pick it from here. Copy it, paste it here, say OK. Then you have to tell the tool where to store the component file. That usually is the packages folder. And you can use this same name here. And as the version we can use as 1.61, and I add VLN. Okay, rfcmp. Okay, and click open. Now here I enter the same 1.61 VLN, and this is important now, update from, and here we enter the number of the basic version, the basic version 1.60. Yes, type is vehicle. Can add some info here. It's touring car, scratch, author is me. And I just write BTCC to VLN as a description that can be seen in the mod manager, the description. Okay, then we have to add the mass file here. Here's our new created mass file. Open it. Okay, now we have done everything here already. And now we click package. And as you can see, you get the message component packaging complete with no errors. You can check it. Okay, now you can see here's the rfcmp file now that can be installed. Another suggestion, you can install it from here, but I would not do that, not recommend to do that, because I always get the file, the MFT file from the basic version from that I update. When I click install here, that file gets emptied, and so the next time when you start the game, the folder gets downloaded again with the number 1.60 bracket open 1 bracket closed with a new MFT file. And to avoid that, don't install it from here, just close it, click done. This can be closed too. And now we will check it in game. It loads a moment before the game fully loads. Here, go to content and settings, manage content. And now we should have the mod listed here. You can see 1.61 VLN vehicle not installed, so mark it and click install one item. single player. And yes, because I did change the main menu entry to VLN 2025. It's at the total bottom here. And hard to see as the last entry. It seems to be a small bug, but you can click it here. Okay, now you can see also as a VLN version number is correct one. Now I go join the checks. Normally now the skin with the red dots on the doors should be loaded, and I think I have selected to load 9 AI cars too. They all should use the same texture, because with this vehicle filter there is no other opponent with another skin, so the same skin will be loaded for all cars. As you can see, yes, okay. As you can see here, the red dot on the bottom of the door in front of the sales -I entry. Yes, everything works. Yes, that is how I would create such an update. If you have problems, inform me again. If you cannot get something to work as it should, then I'm sure I can help you again. Okay, that it was